Hello, my friends. Welcome on in. Hope you are all doing well and you're ready for this new month and this super full moon. If you are new around here, I'm Astrologer Victoria, and today we are breaking down Tuesday, August 1st horoscope, and we're looking at this super full moon in Aquarius. So let's dive in. So full moon, actually this is not just a full moon, this is a super moon. We have a super full moon in Aquarius. So, wow, that is a curved line. All right, anyway, when we have a full moon, up in the sky, we have the sun over here, the moon over here. They are directly opposite of each other. The sun's bright light is shining directly onto the moon, which is then sending that right back to Earth. So everything at night is illuminated. We can see very clearly. Energetically, we have the same kind of thing. The conscious awareness of the sun is hitting that inner awareness of the moon, and both are reflecting down upon us. So the goal of working with full moon energy is to see what from the outer side of us and the inner side of us need to be released, need to be tweaked, and need to be forgiven. Now, this full moon is in Aquarius, so we're dealing with the axis of Leo Aquarius. On the Leo side, we're looking at who we are as an individual. What is it about us that makes us unique? What is our joy? What is our passion? What is it that our soul came here to do? In Aquarius, we're looking at ourselves as the individual in the collective. So how do we make the collective better? And because this is Aquarius, we're looking at the future. Aquarius is all about making today better for tomorrow. So we're looking at who we are as an individual, what we're here to do for the collective, and how we are going to make things better. So we are looking at what needs to be tweaked, what needs to be released, and what needs to be forgiven about us, about our life now, and how we're using that to go better, to become better in the future. This full moon, and obviously the sun, because they're in opposites, so they're both going to make the same aspect, are in a, while it is wide, it is still there, square to Jupiter. So Jupiter being our planet of optimism, joy, charity. This is our belief system and our awareness of the world beyond our own little bubble being met in a square, so a difficult conversation with ourselves, our sun, our conscious awareness, and our moon, our inner selves. So we are having a huge shakeup and questioning of our belief systems. So because it's a square, it's uncomfortable. We're basically being faced with, hey, you've grown, you've changed, you're not the same person, you no longer believe, you no longer live, you no longer do this, and this, because it ain't for you anymore. When we have to, if we want to use this energy for our highest good, recognize these things, make adjustments here or there, release here or there, but above all else, forgive ourself and others for what we feel is holding us back, what we feel has caused us hurt. So again, because this is Leo Aquarius, we're looking at what is our individual soul, who are we, and looking at the collective. So what are you doing, saying, believing that is no longer in your belief system, right? Where have you followed something because the collective says to do it? We've talked about themes like this before. Something really insignificant and simple is fashion. Are you wearing something just because it's cool, it's hip, it's trendy, but you really don't like it? This full moon is helping us to see these things and adjust them. And then let it go with grace and say to yourself, I needed to be there. I needed to do it. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm not living in shame, guilt. I needed that in my life at that time, and now I'm moving forward. We do still have, and this is great, it's going to be here for a few days, although I just wrote all over Mercury. That's not nice. Let's do it a little bit better line. There we go. We do still feel, as I said, and we're going to for a few days, the positive trine to Mars and Jupiter. So even though this full moon is squaring these, we have the positive connection here with Mars that helps us to actually do things, to make the change. So that is helpful because with the full moon, we're able to see what needs to be released in these fields, and then we have that action from Mars to help us do it. We do today have Mercury directly opposing Saturn, which can bring in kind of a heaviness because we're feeling like what we want, what we do in our life, our world, is at odds with, how to say this without getting myself in trouble. Our world is at odds with the boss, whoever that is. So we have to see this back and forth between ourself, our own little life, and make adjustments to the discomfort felt from the man. It isn't easy. It isn't fun because it can make us feeling like we are absolutely nothing versus the boss. It can make us feel like our opinions, our beliefs don't matter. It's what the boss wants. It can make us feel like we aren't smart enough. But this is about adjusting our attitude and our thought process in this back and forth relationship with me here and the boss over there. And understanding that at the end of the day, everything's going to happen the way it's going to happen. We have no control over anything other than how we live our life, what we allow in our field, what we allow in our thoughts, what we allow in our mind, what we say, what we don't say. Sometimes just saying nothing is more than any words could say. Remember that. So the full moon as a whole is very potent. We are being asked to look at ourselves and figure out who the heck am I and who the heck am I in the collective and what the heck am I doing to make the future better. We're having this awareness of our belief systems have changed. Period. We have the ability to make the change with the positive connection from Jupiter to Mars. And again, we're being asked to reevaluate who we are in this grand spectrum of life with Mercury opposing Saturn. One word of caution. The full moon sun square to Jupiter can give us an overinflated sense of confidence. This doesn't mean that we're wrong in what we believe our abilities are, what we know our strengths are, but because we have this overinflated confidence, we can bite off way more than we can chew. So make sure you have your ducks in a row, that you know what you're doing before you just dive on in head first. If you know that this has been building for you and building for you, you got it. You're good. Now is when you reflect within yourself on, okay, what do I need to change to go forward? Also be cautious of the fact that because this is a moment of inner and outer awareness being shined very brightly upon our belief structures and knowing they have to change, we can feel that almost like a sense of shame or guilt. And because of that, we can hide behind substance, and we do not want to go there. We do not want to get lost in fantasy land. We have to step up to our truth and embody them. And part of that is saying, that's not me anymore. I'm just not there. And again, we've got the positivity of this Mars, where we can get it done. And we're looking at our balance of me versus the boss. So we have a lot here that's helping us to grow. It's just not easy growth. But when you step into it and when you do the things you need to do, change will come. It's not easy to be brave and make the change. But when you do, it feels good. Just remember, it could happen overnight. It could take time. But you have to start somewhere. As I tell you every time, you've got this. We've got this. I love you all very much. Take the full moon easy, relax, give yourself some self-care. Aquarius is about being detached, so let go of the outside world and just be with yourself. As an Aquarius dominant gal, I can tell you that gets me through a lot of this crazy world we're in. Just be with yourself. Have a safe day. Have a good day. I love you all very much. I will see you again on Wednesday.